Okay, so now we play in
Against Donner,
1970 against Donner.
Donner, as I told you before, he was in that time the best Dutch player, And okay, they played the main line from French defense, and instead of bishop b4, he played knight f6. Okay, after knight f6, instead of bishop g5, white could push the pawn e5. This is another line, e5, f4, knight f3. This is the alternative. Or this is preferred in these years by Alekhine and many other strong grandmasters. And they played always like this. Okay, bishop g5. If now black wanted to avoid some other tactical lines, he took immediately in e4. I mean, to trade some pieces. This is the idea. So, okay, bishop e7, bishop takes. Instead of taking with the bishop, he could take with the g pawn. Very tactical also, but okay. So now knight f3, bishop d7, queen d2, bishop c6, a little bit artificial like this, this line, bishop d7, bishop c6. But all right, white is a little bit better all the time.
Why? Because he takes the square from.
I mean, he takes. Normally, you have to take. I mean, to play immediately knight d7. This is the main line, instead of bishop d7. Trying to push later the pawn from c7 to c5 if you can. Then this is the counterplay, the good counterplay for black. Always a little bit better for white anytime, but another possibility. But okay, now he hopes to trade many pieces, with black. Now it is a difference. If you take back with the pawn, then simply bishop e2 and castle, and all right, better for white. Now, if you take with the queen, it's clearly that white is clear that white is much better, but he has time to come with tempo to e5 very quickly. And this every position is better for white. So right now he played knight e5, he castle long side, of course. Now rook d8. And what? Queen is3. See, very logical. Now, if you come with knight d7, he doesn't take in d7, he takes in c6. And now you have the pawns are bad, Really better for white. Attacking chances and any endgame is much better for white. So now, if you don't like this, you have to go back to e8. But you look now, you played in the opening bishop c8, d7, c6, and now you go back to e8. It's clear that you lost at least one tempo, and white had time to organize, the position. Has already much more space and clear advantage, initiative and so on. Very easy to play for white. Okay, g3. All right. Knight d7, bishop g2. Okay, bishop g2 with tempo again. You don't have time to take in e5 because you lose at least one pawn in b7 later on. So, okay, you have to play c6. Now, after c6, f4. F4. We look at the position, clearly better for white, much space, and you have to defend all the time. Queen e7, h4. Maybe here it was the last moment, here or a move sooner, he could take in e5. It's unpleasant for black because it's very easy. I mean, he takes back with the d pawn or f pawn, initiative and so on, but at least it's not so easy in a few moves. Now, after f6, you have for always, I mean forever, you have a very unpleasant weakness in e6, and that will be decisive until the end. You see, very clear how. Now, knight comes back to f3. Now he's attacking always the weakness from e6, with bishop h3 or with the bishop from g2 in f1 and c4, like the way they played in the game later on. This is the idea. This weakness from e6 is most unpleasant, you see. So, okay, bishop h3. Now he has to take, take with the queen, and now we have very strong bishop against a passive knight. The knight has to be passive and try to defend always the weakness from e6. If it's enough or not. If it's enough, later on you can help to make a draw, maybe. If it's not enough, you lose in every variation, and maybe with beauty prize. You see, we'll see. Why with beauty price? We see what happens in the game.
Okay.
So knight f8. And now, okay, rook e1. Very logical again. Every player would play rook e1. The best move. Rook e1, queen f7. And now he changes the plan, the way I told you. The bishop from h3 is okay, but it's much better instead in h3 to be in c4. And he comes on the other diagonal, bishop f1.
Why? Because he's spinning here.
He's spinning, and the pin is terrible, because the king is there,
Yeah.
So what did he play? Bishop f1, no?
Just a second.
Yeah, bishop f1, queen f7. And here, bishop c4. Okay, now we have the position. Black is hoping to trade some pieces, defending for the moment the pawn from e6. You don't lose for the moment the pawn, but it's very, very unpleasant position, It's no play at all, for black.
No play.
Yeah. So, okay, look at this. And now, f5. Terrible. If you don't want to give this possibility, you have to play yourself f5. But again, that is very unpleasant because you put every pawn on white, you see, with the terrible bishop from c4. Everything on white, all the pawn. He doesn't like this, and he plays normally rook d8. But after rook d8, f5 is possible. And now the black is lost in every position. So now rook takes, he takes there, and now what to do? He has to take there, no? Takes, and black resign. Why? Look at this.
Resign.
The only move is queen e7, no?
Yes.
And now after queen e7, what do you think? What is the move? The twins. By force, in one move. Beauty price, very easy.
It's queen here?
Queen d8. No.
Queen d8?
Yeah, queen d8. Has to be with check, queen d8. What to do? Now you have to take. And now e7 check. And terrible.
Yes.
If you go to d7, it's not enough. You lose with white because you don't have time to, to make queen. After queen d7, he takes. You take. No, he takes with the knight.
With the knight. Sorry.
And
yes.
then king f8. And you lost the queen.
King
you
f8.
lost with white here.
Yes.
Because he has still the queen. But after queen d8, everything is first. Queen d8, you resign. No move at all. Terrible. Therefore, I told you the bishop from c4 is fantastic. Wins in every position because of this pin. The pin is horrible.
Yeah.
That made the difference. The fantastic bishop from c4, then the weak knight from f8. You see?
So maybe this f5 here push, maybe
it was better. Probably black is still lost, but not so easy and not so beautiful.
Not so fast and easy.
Not so fast.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
All right.
But I tell you, on this very high level, maybe everybody would find such an idea for white. But of course, high-class players find immediately,
yes.
the most logical line.
You have to arrive first here.
Yeah, and the way they played until here is important. When you have
yes.
such a position, okay, you see immediately the difference between a good grandmaster and a very strong grandmaster. Right? Nice example.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, the position is very beautiful. Lesson again. Lesson.
Correct.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Gheorghiu.